unlikely siblings, a cheetah cub and puppy's adorable friendship. Meet Rozi, the cheetah cub who gained a canine companion, and their unlikely sibling bond is positively possum. In a heartwarming twist of fate, 3-month-old Rozi has found her ultimate playmate, a rambunctious puppy who's now her adopted sibling. Together they dodge, weave, and tumble in a daily routine that blurs the line between wild and domestic. But here's where it gets interesting. Could this interspecies pairing revolutionize wildlife conservation strategies? Or does it raise critical questions about natural habitats and animal well-being? Exclusive digital subscription offers. Grab access to this inspiring tale and dozens more. 100% risk-free for the first 4 weeks. First month super deal. Pay just $4 upfront for unlimited access. After first month, $32 billed every 4 weeks. Cancel anytime. What you get: full app, web access, no limits on articles, news email exclusives, breaking stories first, entertainment extras, puzzles, games, video content. Today's paper digital edition, Super Coach Plus sports analysis, DTTV video news clips. But before you decide, should zoos prioritize unconventional animal pairings? Let's unpack both sides of this heated debate. Proponents argue, cross-species friendships teach social skills crucial for animal rehabilitation. Critics warn, potential disruption to natural instincts and social hierarchies. Question for debate. As we cheer on Rozi and her puppy pal, when does interspecies bonding cross ethical lines? Share your thoughts below. We want to hear your perspective. GSH. Cheetah Cub puppies' unlikely bond. Adorable step-siblings grow up together. Ever heard of a friendship so unexpected it breaks all the rules? Get ready for the heartwarming and surprisingly controversial case of Rozi, the cheetah cub, and Ziggy, the bouncy mixed-breed puppy. Their story might just change what you think you know about animal bonding across species. Rozi's beginnings were far from ordinary. Born in late February at Australia's Western Plains Zoo in Dubbo, this fragile cheetah cub entered the world under stressful circumstances. Her mother, Siri, went into labor much too early and had to deliver Rozi via an emergency cesarean section. Tragically, Siri never produced any milk after the birth, and Rozi's 2 siblings were stillborn, leaving tiny Rozi to face a tough start. Her fight for survival required her to be separated from her mother altogether. Here's where her fate took another twist. Without any surviving siblings and facing at least 18 months on her own, Rozi could have grown up isolated, socially underprepared for the day she might join the zoo's important breeding program. Zookeepers were faced with an important decision. How could they raise a well-adjusted cheetah when she had no feline company? The solution was as unusual as it was inspired. They decided Rozi needed a companion, a kind of honorary step-sibling to help her socialize and learn the ropes. And this is the part that often gets people talking. A dog, not another big cat, was chosen for the role. Jordan Micklemore, one of Dubbo Zoo's dedicated cheetah keepers, points out that there's real precedent for this. A decade ago, Rozi's own mother was paired with a dog for support, and zoos in the United States have seen great results from matching puppies with cheetah cubs. But could you imagine picking a kitten instead? Micklemore quickly dismisses that idea, explaining that a domestic kitten just wouldn't be robust enough to withstand the rough-and-tumble needs of a cheetah cub over many months. Puppies, on the other hand, have the right mix of energy, resilience, and size. They grow alongside the cub and can play fearlessly. So at just 2 months old, Rozi was introduced to her new puppy pal, Ziggy, a lively Labrador Kelpie Collie mix, generously donated by a local family. For safety, Ziggy spent his early days at the zoo going through health checks, quarantine, and vaccinations. Then the pair met, first with leashes, and soon after, romping and napping together without barriers. The transformation was almost instant. They literally mirror each other's energy and play style, explains Micklemore. Rozi is still so young and silly, and Ziggy's goofy puppy antics fit her needs perfectly. At this stage in her life, he's the ideal playmate. But here's where it gets controversial. What happens when Rozi grows up? By nature, young female cheetahs start to seek out their own space and become independent at around 1 to 1.5 years old. That's when the zookeepers expect Ziggy will need to find a new home, unless circumstances change. We'll watch for her cues, says Michelmore. When she starts spending less time with him, we'll help him transition elsewhere. But I've even considered adopting Ziggy myself, so their special bond might continue. And this is the part most people miss. While it might seem odd to pair a predator with a pet, some U.S. zoos report that cheetahs and their canine companions can stay close into adulthood, a point that sparks debate about animal development and cross-species friendships in captivity. Don't you wonder if that's the best choice for both animals? Could such bonds blur important natural instincts? Michelmore likens Ziggy to the classic annoying older brother, though it's easy to see his return lights up Rosie's world. And perhaps this unconventional life will make Ziggy a more well-rounded dog than anyone could have guessed. Now for the big question. What do you think about zoos creating surrogate families across species lines for the sake of animal well-being? Should more zoos consider this? Or does it disrupt the natural order? Chime in with your opinions. Do you agree with this approach, or do you see risks that others might overlook? Let the debate begin.